Hey everyone, I swear I set the shot up before I got here. Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. It is a very cool day. Uh, First off, full moon out, which is very cool, but also it is a super tech day for anyone who's a geek like me. I've been a geek, I don't know, since probably fourth grade, and got to watch the Artemis 2 mission that went to the moon. They're on their way. It'll take them a few days to get there. It's just under 250,000 miles, and they are under some serious, serious horsepower. So it's kind of coincidental and symbolic or synchronous that there's a full moon tonight, and they've got a pretty good target to shoot for. So best of luck to all the astronauts and to all the people who helped get that thing going. Thousands of people that do amazing work to get that going, and I think it's great. You know, it's been 50 plus years since we've been back to the moon, and now we're doing it. And the next one apparently is going to be landing on the moon. So that's going to be really, really cool. They said something on the broadcast about it being 2 years away, but if you listen real close, you could hear Elon go, psh, psh. 2 years. He can figure out how to do that in about 2 months. So yeah, I'm excited about that. It's really cool watching all of I want to say pregame, but all of the lead up to it and the last 10 minutes when they do that. They do all these super checks at the 10-minute mark, and they pause the countdown, and they do all these main system checks. And then when that goes, they do the rest of the system checks. My favorite part was watching the booster gimbals and the main rocket gimbals. The engine gimbals are so cool to watch when they rotate them around. It's a different system than what we had 50 plus years ago, and I joke around a lot. I'm like, hey, the horsepower wars are over, and uh, I don't care what LS you put in your car, and I don't care what turbo you put in your car, you're not getting anywhere near what those guys are doing. Just as an example, the rocket that went up today, the Artemis 2, and the new SLS, it's a new rocket system for NASA and for everyone else. And that rocket produces somewhere, it's weird to do thrust to horsepower because you need to be like 0 miles an hour is 0 horsepower. So you need to be moving in order to measure horsepower and thrust out of it. But just for kind of reference purposes, the rocket that went up today averages between about 10 and 15 million horsepower. So good luck, GM. And just as a reference, so now the Saturn V rocket, which is one of the largest, I believe it's the largest rocket ever made, that one produced over 60 million horsepower. So again, you put whatever you want in the cars, you're not getting anywhere near that. But how come the Saturn V needed 60 million and this rocket only needs 15 million? There's a couple reasons. Number one is the most important reason is efficiency. And the technology that's developed since the Saturn V rocket to now, the rockets run much more efficient. They are more compact, and it's a better rocket overall. And we're just, technology is helping us, get to space with less fuel use, less horsepower, less resources, all that stuff. So that's the good news. And the other thing is they're not technically going to the moon, landing on the moon and coming back. So they're going to need less fuel on this trip than they will on the next one where they do land on the moon, orbits and comes back. So it's a little different mission, which is why we have a little less thrust involved. But I mean, just think about, if you're a car guy like me and a geek like me, just think about the horsepower involved. If like this car has 640 horsepower and it's fast as shit and it'll scare most people. The just imagine 15 million horsepower. Or if you really want to, imagine 60 million horsepower. That is just bonkers to me. And there's four people in there, and they're taking the sedan to space with with 16 million horsepower, 15 million horsepower. That's that's crazy to me. And they were okay with it. They're like, "Oh no, this is a great idea." Who's here? Oh, hey, Liz. So yeah, it was really cool to watch that. They had a lot of background stuff on the astronauts and everyone who was on the ship. They had a whole bunch of interviews with people who helped build the craft and the other people who helped launch it and all of that. It was NASA does a really good job with that stuff. SpaceX does a really good job with that stuff. Still waiting on Blue Origin. We'll see what they do. But they do have a huge, huge facility over in Cape Canaveral. Chris and I drove past it. It's just mad, and they're making it bigger and bigger and bigger. So Blue Origin is getting bigger. SpaceX is already massive. They have a huge facility in Texas, and so yeah, these guys are doing it, and it's really cool for a geek like me to hear about how S-band backup transmitters are, you know, under 3 hertz for 10 seconds, and these guys are like, no, that's within you know norms. That's okay. Just all that stuff just like geeks me out, and I'm just like, yeah, yeah, talk more about it. And then to watch this thing take off, and technically, if it's weird how it works, just because of the Earth's rotation and the rocket going the other way, I wasn't able to see it. I can see over towards Cape Canaveral from my house, but I couldn't see the rocket because it was going as the Earth was turning. So the horizon got lost. Who else is here? Oh, hey, Nikki. Nova fell asleep before it launched, but I got to see it. That's okay. That's okay. At least she got some sleep in. That's important. But yeah, that rocket launch is it's pretty incredible. If you're not into it, that's fine. There are hundreds of thousands of people that are into it. I was watching the live stream on YouTube. There were over 900,000 people live streaming the launch. That's to me, that blows me away. I get 100 or 200 people here watching, and I'm like, yes, that's so cool. Can you imagine having almost 1 million people watching your live stream? Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So that's another technological thing. And then go back to YouTube. YouTube can handle all that. They don't have any problem with it. They've got all of their equipment. So it progresses technology, and eventually that technology comes down to us, and we get it in the form of phones that almost work, cameras that can't take pictures of celestial bodies. Um, what else do we get? We get all the leftovers. We get all the scraps. They get all the cool shit. We get all the scraps. So that was a lot of fun this evening to watch that, and to see them successful with that launch. Even for it to clear the platform, every second that it's off the planet is a success. So all that stuff gets measured. I hope everything. I haven't checked in the last couple hours, so I don't know like where they're at. They're doing a ton of experiments up there too, and uh, that's the other fun thing to watch. Is now we can live stream and we can look in and peek and see what they're doing. Oh, they're you know juggling amoebas to see how they handle in space and all this stuff. All those experiments come back to Earth, which is really cool, and we can learn from those as well. So it's really cool to watch this stuff progress, and now we get a live stream from a rocket. That's pretty cool. They couldn't do that in the 70s, right? Wasn't working unless you worked at NASA. It was cool seeing a ton of people watching the launch across the way, and the kids enjoying it. Yeah, and if I didn't have stuff to do this morning, I would have been over at the Space Coast, and I would have watched the launch. But I had a whole bunch of stuff to do this morning, and I was really hoping to catch it from my driveway because I can see that far. But the problem was the Earth's rotating the opposite direction that the rocket's going. So the rocket is going up and away, and the Earth is going up and away. So it cleared the horizon. If it was literally, if the Earth stopped and the rocket went straight up, I'd be able to see it from here. But that's not how it worked today, and that's actually not how the planet works. We're going 30,000 miles an hour, so got to keep up, right? Um, it's really amazing how they do all this stuff, and I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm, like I said, I'm a huge geek and math geek and all that stuff. So really like it. I wish them the absolute best of luck. I can't wait for them to, you know, land again. I believe they're splashing down. I don't think they're catching them. I don't think they're doing the SpaceX Godzilla grab or whatever the hell they call it, which is also just absolutely bonkers. That thing comes back down and lands, and they just grab it. Or no, that's the one that falls. When it lands on the drone ships, that's when it has the. But the one where they grab it is just crazy. Um, it's like like a little kid like grabbing onto a stick, this big rocket, and they just go chink and grab onto it. That's pretty cool. So that's it. I know it's not really car stuff. I wanted to get you guys the horsepower numbers because it's fun to think about that when you think about cars. With the Miata's got 140 horsepower, 130 horsepower. This has 640, and limo's got almost 500. Nothing, not even close, not even a drop in the bucket compared to like a Saturn V rocket that's 60 million horsepower. So, uh, if you guys are doing the horsepower wars, good luck. I really do wish you the best, but you're going to have a tough time beating NASA and SpaceX and all those guys. They're just, the amount of force that they're putting out is just incredible. Their 0 to 60 times suck though, and their 60-foot times are not very good. But everything else is really good. They're not in it for the drag race. They're definitely in it for the endurance. One other thing, we are so we'll get out of the space stuff, and if you guys get a chance, go check out the full moon. It's absolutely beautiful out there tonight. A Pacific splash. Okay, so yeah, I guess they're gonna land in the Pacific and scoop them up with a big fish net. They're really good at targeting that too, where they land. They've gotten a lot better. Usually they're within like 3 or 4 miles. Now they can like kind of hang out there and wait for them. They've gotten really good at it. So we'll get back to racing. I will be going next week to Ohio, racing at Mid Ohio in the 24 Hours of Lemons race there. And I forgot what the name of the race is. They have a fun name for it. We're still working on a theme, and I have a theme that kind of came to me earlier, and I want to throw it out in the group and see if we can maybe have some fun with it. And it's super simple, but also kind of fun. And it's one of those things where you have this theme in your head and you hope other people get the joke. Like, it's not like an automatic joke. Like if we just put like Kardashian stickers on the car and everyone laughs, it's, I don't want to say an inside joke, but also, it's got to be kind of respectful and kind of fun, and not just sticking dildos all over the cars. Everyone's already done that stuff. But like our Kimi theme was fantastic because we had the 4 corners of the car with the 4 teams he was on, big picture Kimi on the hood, whole bunch of his fun sayings that he did over the radio. You want to have fun with it, but you also don't want to be a dick about it. So I want to make sure this one's fun and we have a good time with it. And it's also first time Lemons at Mid Ohio, so it'll be interesting to see how all that works out. I know that track very well, and I'm super excited to race there. It'll be a ton of fun. It's an extremely technical track. It's not very big. It's not as big as Pit Race was or as big as like Road America, but it is very technical. So if you blow turn 4, 5 and 6 are done. Don't try and make up for it. Go into Thunder Valley and clean everything up and get it next time. It's one of those, you can't make a mistake in one turn and make it up in the next. You have to, everything has to be kind of linked together. And you can link it in sections, but you got to link stuff together. That's the big trick. So if you blow something, kind of forget about it, get it on the next section. Always fun to be had with themes. Yeah, we've had some really great themes in the past. The Kimi theme, The Chinese C8 Corvette theme was very funny. The um, Pittsburgh tools when we were racing at Pittsburgh, and we had all the Harbor Freight fake tools. Um, we had what was another good? Oh, we had the Pork Chop Express, which was another one. I still have one of the hats from the Pork Chop Express. We've had some really great themes. So trying to come up with a theme is not as easy as you think. And it's also kind of hard because I put this stuff out there and the group looks at me and I can tell they're reading the message going, what the hell is he on? Is he doing drugs again? I'm sure that, that there's at least two people in the group message that are thinking that. Did he start drinking again? No, I promise. It's just the stuff rattling around in my head and I try to put it together into one piece and hopefully it's fun, hopefully it's funny and uh, so I'll throw it out there. I want to keep it simple. I don't want to add a ton of decoration and garbage and stuff to the car that we have to fabricate in 4 days, and I don't really want to do that. Also, a lot of those guys that do that when they put like Snoopy's doghouse on the top of the car, most of that shit falls off in the first 10 laps, first half hour. So a lot of that stuff doesn't last. You can get black flag for that too if your stuff comes off and damages another car. So we don't want to do that stuff. It's fun and it's really cool for the paddock and for judging, but I don't really want to keep you know, like the guys who did the big rat fink with the big shifter. It was hysterical. And watching it go around Gingerman was funny as hell. But yeah, I don't want to have to constantly worry about it. So we'll stick to pictures, funny quotes, stuff like that. And the other good news is the car's in great shape. Very little to do on the car, but the other good part is we'll be live streaming from my shop in Ohio. So you guys will definitely be able to join us. I'm trying to arrange a shop night too. So we might do a shop night. There'll be a bunch of F-bombs. There'll be a bunch of probably just crazy stories about racing, building cars, working on cars, uh, all of that stuff. So we'll try and do a shop night, and I might just like leave a camera rolling and check comments every now and then, just so you guys can enjoy what we normally do at my shop in Ohio, which is work on the car, bullshit a little bit, eat some pizza, work on the car, bullshit a lot of bit, that sort of thing. So hopefully you guys will join us for that. When we have specific stuff we're doing on the race car for prep, we'll definitely live stream, bleeding the clutch or uh, whatever else we're doing. Installing the toe straps. So we do have to install new toe straps on the car. That's a new rule. So yeah, we'll definitely do that with you guys when I'm up there. What do we got? Liz says Luke McGrew's on-screen setup for his runs is a good learning tool. Oh yeah, Luke has. I don't remember what system he uses. He was using HLT for Harry's Lifetimer for a long time, but he has a new system in the Corvette. I don't remember what it is. If you guys want to learn Mid Ohio, or I would say pit race, if you guys want to learn Mid Ohio, go watch Luke McGrew's channel here on YouTube. Luke's a fantastic driver. He's a very good friend. He's a really, really nice guy. He's got a ton of videos up there. He can show you where to brake, especially in a big car like a Corvette. He can show you where to brake, where to hammer on gas, where to turn in. He's got all that stuff down. He's very good. He's got thousands of laps at Mid Ohio, thousands of laps at pit race. So definitely go check out Luke's stuff if you want. And it's in-car stuff too. So you have him actually in the car and then an overlay of the screen where his throttle's at, where his brakes at, his G-forces he's pulling. He's got some really good stuff up there. He has like 80 videos. Yeah, just for Mid Ohio. And he posts all of his stuff. If he bombs out, he posts it. If he actually has a great lap, he posts it. He had some older stuff with his friend Odie where they were going back and forth, and it's really great. It's really great. He was in the Viper and Odie was in the Corvette, and it was back and forth all day. It was great stuff. Really, really good driver, really good guy. So back in Ohio next week, and then I will be back here in Florida. Speaking of Florida, tomorrow night, the limo is going out for kind of its public debut. We're going to say a soft launch, if that's still a thing. Do people still say soft launch? we've been driving the limo around the last couple of days, getting break-in miles on the engine, checking systems to make sure we're not leaking, blowing stuff up, how lean the car is running, how rich the car is running. It is a tiny bit rich right now, but it's great. We'd rather run safe with the new with a brand new engine in there, and we've got probably, I don't know, 50 or 60 miles on the car. So tomorrow we're going to an event in Fort Myers, and so we'll take the car down to that. And unfortunately, the event ends after sundown, so we're gonna have to trailer it back. So we're just gonna trailer it down there. And a fun one from the drive yesterday, we shot some stills and some video with the car, and pulling through Englewood to get to this beach area where we did the stills, and driving through this neighborhood, and I see a Tesla truck with these huge bullhorns on the front and a whole bunch of bullet holes on the side. And I'm like, all right, well, guys can do whatever the hell they want with their cyber trucks, right? And I didn't really pay any mind to it. It wasn't something I was far more concerned about the brakes in the car and engine and everything. And we get to the beach area, and Mark goes, "Dude, did you see the Cybertruck? That was Danny Duncan." And I'm like, "I don't know who that is." And he's like, "No, he's this guy on YouTube. He does all this crazy stuff." He gave the car a thumbs up. I was like, "Oh wow, okay, cool." I didn't know who he was. Otherwise, I would have given him a thumbs up too, because huge horns on a Cybertruck is kind of interesting. Bullet holes you see on a lot of Cybertrucks. Gigantic Texas Longhorns you don't see on a Cybertruck a lot. So that one was kind of funny. Mark headed out for a lap through the neighborhood today, and we were just checking alignment, steering wheel, that sort of thing. And he said he pulled out here and goes down, and not right away, but almost right away.
10 minutes in.
Yeah, like halfway through the trip, Charlotte County Sheriff's Officer gave him a little light blip and two thumbs up, or one thumbs up. Two thumbs up, and
he is driving the opposite direction.
he's going the other way, and he gave two thumbs up to the car. So the good news is we started off on the right foot with the sheriffs, and we're going to try and keep it that way. We do have all the paperwork for the car. Everything's illegal on it, and it is technically legal on the street. There's probably some stuff that we could touch up, but it is not a hazard to the road. It does drive, it does stop, and it doesn't blow up. So yeah, we're on the right path with that. So we're making friends, because I don't want to cause a problem. I would much rather have fun than cause problems. So if the sheriffs are okay with it, and hopefully the word goes out, the officers, the one that Mark saw today talks to the others and says, "Hey, you guys, there's this crazy gigantic white car in this neighborhood. Just heads up." But also we saw a few yesterday on the drive. So hopefully that word is getting out across the county I live in, and the officers are cool with it, because we're not doing dumb stuff with the car on the street. So hopefully Mark wants to add a "yet" at the end of that sentence so badly. But
we both done burnouts at a public.
yeah, we did. I did do a burnout. It was in Mexico, but
You cheated with the line lock though.
yeah. Well, I wanted to make sure it still worked, so it does. It doesn't
Just flat
now.
footed from a dead stop.
With-
Smokes the tire.
With the 305 in it, yeah, the transmission that's in that car, you don't really need a line lock. You can just bump on it and it'll go. Throttle feels really good. It is not comfortable to drive in for more than half an hour. It is. It's a very tight fit. So even the passenger compartment's a really tight fit. So stuff we're going to work on. Like I said, there's little tiny things, but the car is a lot of fun. We got a ton of people who thumbs up the car. They come over to us. We stopped for supplies at one of the convenience stores, and a whole bunch of kids rushed over to it, and their mom, and they love the car. They thought it was fantastic. So if you are an introvert, the limo is not for you. If you are an introvert, the Viper is not for you. If you are unhappy, a Miata is not for you. Those are the rules. So that's about it. I will try and get you guys. I want to do I'm going to try and set up a time lapse for tomorrow for the event with the limo. So we can get sort of some of the interaction. People are, what they're doing and what they're saying about the car. And I'm going to set that up tomorrow morning before we head out. So hopefully we'll have some fun with that. And don't forget, there is a channel just for the limo. Hang on. I don't know why my watch didn't. Oh, because my watch battery's dead. So there's a channel just for the limo. It is the Hot Tub Limo here on YouTube. So you guys can go to subscribe to that. That is just going to be the adventures that we do with the limo. You guys are wondering where the limo is? I'll show you. There it is. So those are just going to be adventures that we do with the limo. There won't be any Viper stuff, no Miata stuff. It'll just be events we go to, cruising around, talking with people. And if we do any upgrades, modifications, whatever, we'll have them here, but we'll also put them over on that YouTube channel. Won't do as much live stream. It'll mostly be pre-recorded and edited stuff, but it'll be simple edits, nothing outlandish, no crazy graphics, no ILM morphing or any shit like that. No AI. I promise the car's not AI. I have enough blood and cuts and money put into that thing to prove that it's not AI. So that'll be over on the Hot Tub Limo. We'll do a ton of stuff over there. I'm going to keep doing stuff down here and down here. Keep doing stuff here. And we'll do a ton more stuff when I'm back in Ohio. I'll probably be live streaming almost every day, getting the car prepped and getting stuff to the race. And then we'll be live streaming the entire race. So when you come up or when you pull up the channel to watch the live stream and you're wondering who's driving the car, we're not doing it per driver anymore. We're doing it per start and stop. So when we come in to refuel, we'll stop it and then we'll restart it. But the driver's name will be on the side of the helmet and the camera's down here. So you'll be able to see who the driver is by looking right at the jawline. And it's pretty easy to read. And you'll have front view, you have the rear view, you'll have the cockpit view, and you'll also have an overlay of the dash. So you'll have, what do we have on there? Speed, tachometer, coolant temp, and something else up there on the overlay. So you'll be able to see everything that happens inside. It's basically like an F1 car. Basically. It's actually not even close, but I think that's about it. So we're racing, not this coming weekend, but the following one. The 11th and 12th is the race of April. And then I'll be back down here, and we've got a ton of events lined up for down here. So especially more stuff with the limo. We're going to be doing more and more with that. Just now it's running and driving, it's reliable, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that's about it. And we'll do more stuff with the Viper. We're going to do a steering rack in the Miata. I've tried to find parts for my steering rack, but it's far too rare. And for me to fabricate parts is going to be about the same price as getting a new steering rack. So I'm just going to do a new steering rack in the Miata and get it to stop. It leaks and it's not pleasant. And also we've got new tires and brakes to do on the Viper. So we'll do a brake pad replacement on the Viper. By the way, they're same front and rear. So it's the same brakes and it's pretty easy on the Viper. So we have tons of stuff coming up, but in the meantime, you guys should definitely check out NASA's live feed on YouTube. They'll have a ton of stuff with the Artemis and they'll track it. They have a little tracking thing where you can see where it's going or where it's at and where it's going. And think about horsepower. Think about all the cool stuff we're going to do in Ohio. We're going to have a great time, I promise, and we're going to have a lot of fun. And hopefully, no blowy uppy car. We're going to have a lot more laps this round than last time. And I think that's about it for tonight, right? We got a busy day tomorrow. I'm going to clean up the Viper tonight. It got rained on. Rain came in, and I just want to clean it up. We're going to get the limo cleaned up. We're going to get the Miata cleaned up and head down to Fort Myers for the event tomorrow. If you guys want details on that, just shoot me a message. I'll send you over details on the event. And that's about it. So I hope everyone is doing great. If you have any more questions, please feel free to put them down there. Shoot me an email, shoot me a text. I'm happy to answer those for you guys and gals. And yeah, we'll keep going. I'll try and get you guys an update after the event tomorrow. I'm really curious what people think of the car, and if I can get some reactions, record some stuff, what people think, first off. So that would be a lot of fun. So we'll add more stuff here. We'll add more stuff to the Hot Tub Limo channel, and I think that's about it. I'll catch you guys later this week. We'll definitely do a lot more fun stuff. So that's it. Don't forget to show someone that you love them today. Give them a kiss on the cheek. Give them a kiss on the tip of their nose. Hold their hand. Give it a squeeze. It's really important for them, but it's far more important for you. All right. Thanks, everyone. We will catch you. Probably not tomorrow. We'll probably catch you on Friday. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night. Cool. Can you imagine 60 million horsepower? What diff do you use for that?